An elderly man was cuffed and arrested in Ottawa for honking his horn in support of demonstrators on Sunday, a day before a judge outlawed honking as protests against COVID-19 vaccine mandates rage on in the Canadian capital. Welcome back to Next News Hour. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell. A bystander filmed while two officers pulled over the 78-year-old Jerry Boy for beeping his horn. Officers went back and forth with onlookers and Boy. Eventually, an officer in blue surgical mask grabbed Boy and tried to restrain him, bringing the vaccinated great-grandfather down to his knees in the middle of the street before handcuffing him against his van. An Ontario Superior Court justice temporarily banned honking and air horn blowing for 10 days on Monday, responding to a lawsuit from a downtown resident who measured the noise in her apartment at more than 80 decibels during the protests, which began on January 29th. The daily demonstrations going on day 12 began as a protest against vaccine requirements for truckers who enter the country by land, but has since expanded to call for the dismantling of nearly all COVID-related restrictions. They intensified on Tuesday when demonstrators blocked the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor, Ontario, the busiest border crossing between the US and Canada that carries 25% of all trade between the two countries. Quebec MP Joel Lightbound, a member of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's party, resigned Tuesday after accusing the Prime Minister of dividing the people of Canada, saying the federal government's pandemic response has become politicized and divisive. During an emergency debate in the House of Commons Monday night, Trudeau said the protests have to stop and criticized those taking part in them as a few people shouting and waving swastikas. But on Tuesday, the Prime Minister appeared to shift tones, saying he understood how frustrated everyone is and that the time is coming when we will be able to relax, without providing any details. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney announced an end to most restrictions in the province at a press conference late on Tuesday, citing lower hospitalization and infection rates as well as high vaccination rates. He said, "Our approach to COVID must change as the disease changes. The restriction exemption program has served its useful purpose. It has done its job." He added, "Now is the time to begin learning to live with COVID. These restrictions have led to a terrible division. We cannot remain at a heightened state of emergency forever. We have to begin to heal." Trudeau on Monday said protests had to stop during an emergency debate in the House of Commons. He said, "People of Ottawa don't deserve to be harassed in their own neighborhoods, don't deserve to be confronted with the inherent violence of a swastika flying on a street corner, or a Confederate flag, or the insults and jeers just because they're wearing a mask. That's not who Canadians are. These pandemic restrictions are not forever." Well, we'd like to know your thoughts and responses. Share them in the comments down below, and also share this news and show us support through subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for the real stuff on Next News Hour.